Well, it's that time of month again, guys. We have our PlayStation Plus titles revealed for the month of September. And I can't believe I'm saying it's now September. It is just insane how quickly this year's gone. But PubG is one of the PlayStation Plus titles this month. So I've pulled together a full trophy guide and roadmap. This will teach you exactly what's required to get the Platinum trophy in PubG. Spoiler alert before we start. It's a pretty tough Platinum to earn. Let's dive in and take a look. Okay, PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, or PubG, or PubG, depending on what you want to call it. PubG came out on PC before it came out to anything else, then Xbox, and then came to PlayStation 4 a little bit later on. Kind of missed the Battle Royale bubble on PS4, coming out a little bit late, I would say. Still a really solid game. There was unfortunately a ton of jank with the game, especially when you compare it to something like Fortnite, which was more family friendly, and just a little bit more polished as well. And PubG kind of just didn't have that. On saying that though, PubG is free this month, which is awesome. It's an awesome get for free, and I encourage you guys to all check it out. Make sure you download it at the very least, given it is a free game, so you at least have it in your library. But PubG is a 5 out of 10 in terms of difficulty. It's going to take you about 150 hours to platinum, and that is just due to the number of games that you're gonna have to play in this one. I've seen a few different guides estimating slightly higher or lower times, and also a lower difficulty score, but I think if you're coming into this blind, not having played a Battle Royale game, there's a lot of mechanics that you'll need to learn. You know, just the Battle Royale genre in general is very different than playing traditional multiplayer games or single player games, so I think it's worth mentioning that as well. Obviously, if you've had experience with games like Fortnite or H1Z1, then you're going to be better versed, and this is probably going to be a bit quicker and easier for you. But if you're coming into this blind, I think this is a reasonable score to give it. Now, online trophies, the entire game is online, so they're all online trophies. There are no missable trophies, there are no difficulty trophies, and the game is going to require many playthroughs to get all the trophies in it. So it's not going to be something you're just going to be one and done. This is going to take a while, and you're really going to have to kind of master this game. There's no way to cheese this. Chapter select's not really required, and there is only one single trophy stack for this game. In terms of a trophy breakdown, there are 38 trophies in this game, 1 platinum, 5 golds, 8 silvers, and 24 bronzes, and the majority of the trophies are stacked behind kills. Now, I've split them into weapon kills and general kills. The majority of your time is actually going to be in general kills, because there's a trophy there for killing 1,000 other players, which is a lot of other players, especially if you're only averaging a couple of kills per match. But weapon kills equally is going to take you a long time, because they're very situational. You need to use grenades or a particular weapon or a car or your fists, and there are cumulative based kill based trophies in there that require you to do that. So those ones there are going to take you a long time, and that's why it's worth mentioning them now up front. Same with the general kills, because there are different levels of trophies sitting in there too. Miscellaneous, there's a bunch of random stuff that will just kind of pop as you're playing through it, and we'll talk about those on the road to Platinum too. There's a couple of trophies for getting particular gear items or finding particular gear in the game. There are a couple of trophies for getting match wins, so for getting your chicken winner dinner, licking finger chicken looking good. So there's a few trophies for that, and then there's a couple of trophies associated with co-op playing squads and duos as well, and getting wins in those modes. But that should be a pretty small component of the game, considering there's only like a couple of wins that are required there, and then obviously your platinum trophy as well. Now, in terms of steps to platinum, given it's a battle royale and everything kind of resets each time you play, I would say just play the game. That's really what it is. But here it's just practice. Like any game, you need to learn the mechanics, how it works, what's good, what's bad, what guns are useful, what guns aren't useful, and just getting an understanding of exactly what's required here. Doing this will net you a decent amount of missed trophies as you're just playing through it, but it will also work towards those cumulative trophies. You know, anything you're doing here in the game. So in this initial stage, I would just say play for like 10 hours or something like that, just to get a good feel for the game. Everything you're doing is still going to be useful in the long term, and you can focus up a little bit more specifically as you progress through, because the way I tackle a game like this is that's how I kind of approach it initially, and just sort of catch that bug and get that hook into me, and then I'll go through with specific trophies and challenges. So once I've done that, the second step is really everything is cumulative, so you can tackle them in any which way you want. Weapon-based trophies, and you can slowly chip away at those, as well as playing that squads and duos match. So the way I would approach it is, for me, I would find a particular weapon that I'm proficient with, and then I would slowly work away at the trophies that are associated with that weapon. Once I've accumulated those trophies, I'll leave that weapon and I won't use it anymore, and then I'll focus on something else. Now in this step here, I've also mentioned the online stuff, so it's worth getting a squad together, whether it's a duo or a full squad of people and getting those win-based trophies as well. They're all going to add to your total in the long term too. And you know, playing as a team is going to be a bit easier for you, especially if you're new to the game too. So given this is going to be free on Plus, there's probably going to be a lot more people playing it, which is a good thing. What I will say though is this is cross-play with PC too. So given it's free on Plus, there's going to be a giant influx of console players coming onto it. It might be worth turning off the cross-play elements because PC players are always going to have an advantage over us console players, and it's probably going to be more challenging for new console players to learn and be competitive if they're competing with PC players as well. Now the final step is grind. And I know these always trivialize things when I say step 1, 2, 3, but the grind is real. You're going to have to get 1,000 kills, which is enormous. If you're averaging 2 to 5 kills a match, this is still hundreds of matches to earn this. Along with the various wins, weapon-based kills, they're all going to take time. And you're just going to keep in mind that this is a marathon, not a sprint. So do remember that. The few things to mention in terms of, I guess, weapon-based kills. You know what? Let's talk about them in the next part. So notable trophies. This is probably the best place to talk about this. So we've got these grenade-based trophies. So the first one is Nade King Master as well as Nade King Expert. That's getting 30 and then 50 kills with grenades. These only count if you kill the player with them. There's two phases. You shoot a player and he goes down and he's on his knees, and then you shoot him some more and then he dies and he is out. When he's on his knees, there's a chance to revive him. Now, anything you do to that point doesn't count as a kill, and it doesn't count as a weapon kill. So my suggestion, because grenades are kind of hard to use and quite situational, is shoot an enemy to get him on his knees, and then throw a grenade at him to kill him and finish him off, and that will count as a grenade kill. I saw online a few different people making recommendations about another easy way to do this, and it's to stay on the airplane. Now, when you land in a Battle Royale game, you drop out of the airplane onto this open world map and you have to start collecting resources. But one strategy that people have found is that if you wait on the airplane until the very last minute, it will force you out of the airplane, along with anyone who might be away from their console at the time, AFK, essentially. You can sometimes get some free kills there because some players have gone away, maybe they've gone to get a drink, maybe something's distracted them, whatever it may be, and they've let their player just go AFK and die. And some people have found that you can get some easy kills by targeting those people. And I guess that's a pretty sound strategy, especially for some of these kill-based trophies. The trophy kills with the vehicle, that would be an easy way to get those. Same with grenades, same with crossbow, and even just accumulating general kills. Those AFK players are just easy picking. I know it sounds kind of cheeky, but it's a real strategy that could. So we've also got here, kill 10 players with a gun while in a vehicle. This is, again, it's so situational that it kind of makes it hard to do. You really need to be either, if you're sitting in the vehicle by yourself, you're not moving, which makes you a sitting duck. Otherwise, you need to be in duos and have teammates to help you with that. Or I guess you could go after AFK players, drive a vehicle up to them, sit next to it and shoot. You know, there's a few different options you can use to tackle this to easily knock these off. We've got the 10 player kills with a crossbow. Same deal again. Crossbows aren't that frequent in the game, so when you do come across it, you know, you can be making sure you're working towards these things. But I think every time you play around, if you go into it with a strategy saying, yep, I need to find this weapon or these 3 weapons, and then whichever one you come across, you focus on kills with that weapon, that's probably the most sound strategy. And again, everything accumulates towards this big goal of 1,000 kills. This will be the last trophy you earn, is the 1,000, and it's just because the grind is so high. But that's really all there is to it. It's a grindy long trophy list. It's not necessarily the hardest trophy list, especially if you play the game. And you know, in all honesty, you don't even have to be the best at the game, because there's only a couple of trophies for winning matches in here. I think you only have to do it a few times, which means that the majority of the time it's just picking off people, and you could definitely gang up on weaker people and take those guys out and still get the platinum trophy in this, but not be the best PUBG player. So it's worth keeping in mind. I wouldn't write it off as an impossible platinum until you've given it a fair crack if you're going for that. Either way, if you're going for the platinum or not, the game is worth playing. It's a great game, and it's fantastic that it's free on PlayStation Plus. So I definitely highly recommend you guys all checking it out, whether you play it for a platinum or not. But let me know what you guys think of this guide. Hopefully it was helpful for you guys. Hopefully it shed some light on a few different aspects of this game as well. Let me know in the comment section your thoughts on this free title. Let me know your thoughts on, I guess, PUBG in general and the platinum trophy associated with it. And yeah, I'm really curious. I'm going to be playing this game a little bit this month through September over on my Twitch channel, so twitch.tv/tptjosh. I'll probably try and jump into a few matches here and there on the channel to try and get a little bit better at PUBG and maybe try and clean up this platinum for myself. It was something I've been working towards for quite a while now, so I would very much like to knock this one off the list. Thank you guys so much for watching. I do really appreciate it. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that thumbs up button and give me a like. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys all in the next video. Have a great evening. Bye for now.